welcome into another episode of The Final Stretch here on MaxPreps.com. I'm Zach Pop, and coming back once again this week, the one and only Chris Stonebreaker. How's it going, brother?
Hey, just to say, I look forward to each and every week being here on the set with you.
You're not getting sick of me just yet?
I was thinking about maybe, getting in another guy to come in, but I think I can go about 195 pitches, to be honest with you.
Stopping you, Dylan.
Yeah, give me 15 innings and 195 pitches to be here with you.
And of course, it's getting down to the final stretch in the high school baseball season. So with that, we got to bring in our national baseball editor, Kevin Askeland. How's it going, Kevin?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Always good, and it's really great to have you here on the show. We've had the opportunity throughout the year to talk with Steve Spiewak on football and Jason Hickman when it comes to basketball, and now we got our baseball man here, you, Kevin Askeland, and it's really great to have you in. So I want to start off first. You compile our excellent 50 baseball rankings each and every week, and it looks like right now Barb is a lock at the number one spot. They are 39-2. They've won 27 games in a row. In baseball, that's very impressive, especially to have a rotation that can win that many games, and you can take one pitcher out and put another one in and continue to win. Do you see any other teams, though, in the nation that might be able to knock them off of that number one seed?
Well, we had Lambert at number 2 and Walsh Jesuit at number 3. Walsh Jesuit undefeated, but they lost last night. So Lambert right now looks like maybe the only team to do that. Texas, California, Florida don't really have the teams necessary to really match Barb's record. Lambert plays a very tough Milton team in the state finals this week. Milton, the defending champion, started slow, coming on strong now. So if Lambert can get past them, they'd have a really good argument over Barb, although Barb has beaten 2 state champions this year, and they beat the defending state champion to win it, to move on in the playoffs this year. So Barb's going to be tough to overcome.
And from a team aspect to an individual aspect, you recently wrote a piece on the top 10 outfield prospects for this year's amateur MLB draft. And we got to start with Gainesville star Michael Geddes. And where do you see him going in the draft? And also just kind of talk about how productive he was for 4 years at Gainesville.
Well, Michael Geddes is another in a long line of great outfielders from Georgia. At one time, he was considered the top overall pick in the draft. That's kind of softened. He didn't quite have the hitting season that maybe some scouts expected, but he still has all of the tools, a really good arm, good speed. He can hit for power. So we're looking at maybe, he's probably going to go in the top half of the draft, probably around number 10 or so. He batted .372 this year with 9 home runs, and he also pitched. But he'll definitely be just a hitter in the pro ranks.
So a question real quick before we move on to the next player. We have Roberson's Braxton Davidson coming in here, and he's ranked second amongst outfielders. And I want to ask you about his production as well as where you'll see him going in the draft. But just give us a little bit of an insight to what do players' production in high school and their stats in high school, how does that equate to them when it goes on to the next level? I mean, do you usually see a top prospect hitting 522 home runs and that's what it is? Or some of these guys, like you just said, it's 340. And so how does that equate to them as a recruit?
Yeah, when you look at scouting reports and that kind of thing, they don't mention their batting average. They don't mention their home runs other than to say that, maybe they can hit for power. The batting averages don't really mean a whole lot when it comes to where they'll be drafted. Scouts have seen a lot of Michael Geddes this year. They know what he can do. And, they're not going to be put off a whole lot by his batting average unless there's a flaw in his swing or something like that is a result of that. But baseball is just a very fickle sport. Bat bounce here or there, and you're hitting, 400 rather than 372.
Mm-hmm. A very good point there. I mean, it is one good swing a week, and it can change your stats drastically. So let's get into Roberson's Braxton Davidson. He is the second amongst outfielders. Talk to us a little bit about him.
Well, he's not the athletic type of outfielder like Michael Geddes or a Monty Harrison of Lee Summit West. He's going to be more of a hitter. He's going to go 3, 4, 5 in your lineup. He's batting .473 this year. Didn't quite have the power numbers. He only had 4 home runs, but they really like his ability to hit for power. He may go as a first baseman, but right now they're looking at him. He has the arm to play a corner outfield position.
And looking at guys that are really athletic, Gardena, Sarah's, Marcus Wilson, along with Elk Grove's Derek Hill. Where do you see these 2 young stud outfitters going, and also kind of talk about their productivity during their high school careers?
These 2, they're probably a second day, a second or third round, maybe early in the third day of the draft. Wilson he's kind of overshadowed last year by Dominic Smith, who was drafted very high last year. Sarah didn't have a great season. He batted .345. He's really shined during the summer months where scouts get to see a lot of him. He's got a very good body, so scouts see him as evolving into a much better player than what he has really been at the high school level. Derek Hill, a great athlete. He was kind of overshadowed by Ryan Talese last year, who was also drafted. He's a good contact hitter, batted .519 this year, but he's going to be drafted for his defense and his speed. His father was a minor league player, so he's got the bloodlines there.
And Kevin, thank you so much for your time here with all the great analysis.
No problem.
And of course, if you want to check out all of Kevin Askeland's stuff, just go to MaxPreps.com, click on the baseball homepage, and this guy really is the top guy when it comes to covering high school baseball. And to check out all of the top 10 outfielders, just go on the baseball page. All of that stuff is right there for you.